Thanks to Warner Bros. For sponsoring this video.
More!
It's the end of the week.
No, it's not.
A Wong Fu week.
It's Tuesday.
It's Wong Fu whenever.
Hey everyone, welcome to a very special Wong Fu Whenevers. I know we're on the lunch break set, but today's not a lunch break. It's a
bone break.
Now, you might think that we're wearing this, because of COVID and hiking.
No, these are costumes.
This is cosplay right here, actually.
This is the best of our cosplay.
Today's really exciting because we're going to be talking to Ludi Lin and Max Huang, who are stars of the upcoming film
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, this is really exciting. It's out of the ordinary for Wong Fu Productions. Super action, super intense. Shall I say
gore?
But we grew up with the video game, watching the movie too.
Yes, and there's
the original.
A huge fan base around us, so we're so happy for them too. We know Ludi as well.
Yeah.
It's really a fun time, and we wanted to dress up.
I'm Kung Lao. I actually do know how to throw the disc.
Oh, that's true.
And you had got the colorway going of Scorpion.
Yeah, trying. All right, why don't we actually bring in Ludi and Max right now?
Select your character.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Ludi?
What's up?
How's it going, Max?
You guys.
Guess who I am?
Where'd you stole your hat, Max?
We just want to say first, congratulations. Amazing film.
Yeah, let's just jump right in, I guess. Later we're gonna play a game, but we definitely want to talk about the film and your experience. But first of all, we gotta know, were you allowed to play this game when you were growing up? Because Asian parents can be pretty strict, and there's a lot of violence.
Super violent.
Yeah, so it was extra hard. We had to first save allowance, and then get a lot of quarters, and then sneak into arcades and then play it, and then got a Sega Genesis. So whenever my mom wasn't at home, out for groceries, you load it up, do some fatalities, and then shut it off right away before anyone knows.
What about you, Max?
Yeah, I think I probably wouldn't be allowed to play Mortal Kombat even now. But back then, I used to go to my friend's house and play it over there.
Were your characters the ones you play, Liu Kang and Kung Lao?
Yes, but more Kung Lao actually for me.
Really?
Sorry, Liu Kang.
I think most people chose Liu Kang because of the Bruce Lee kind of homage.
Yeah, and Liu Kang, look, honestly, Liu Kang's super cheap. Liu Kang's, you can take 3 hits from another person and just do one fireball and another. And that leg sweep, man,
No, there's so much about the film that's great homage to the game and the fans. How excited are you, that the fans are kind of getting this movie? It's been so long,
So excited. I mean, we are just doing it for the fans, and then we ourselves are fans of the whole world of Mortal Kombat. The fact that we have so many Asian characters in this one, it's a whole ensemble of Asian actors. That is just amazing. I mean, to me, as a martial artist, this is the perfect project to work on.
Right, to show all your skills and everything you've worked up for.
Yeah, not only that, but I think also there's a certain message when it comes to martial arts films, because we always, or at least I try to convey the spirit of martial arts, because we share a lot of virtues within that. Yeah, I just see myself as someone who wants to get that out there and spread it with the world.
I did notice because you two play cousins in the film, Kung Lao and Liu Kang, and you guys are very much the spiritual characters and almost like the heart of the whole film. And I thought that was really important to have, because in a film with so much hyper violence and gore, you need some humanity, and you guys really portrayed that well. Ludi, I felt like I was watching you just be you.
Yeah, Ludi is already so just zen all the time.
When I first met you, I'm like, oh yeah, that's just Ludi being Ludi, but now in Outworld,
with better hair. I've said this, Mortal Kombat, with each rendition, it's like another roll on the karmic wheel. It's like a reincarnation, right? The movies and storyline, each time it reboots itself. And Simon, our director, really want the theme of this movie to be blood, right? As he clearly, obviously. But also blood also represents a commonality that's shared between all humans, right? And also represents family.
Speaking of family, thank you Warner Bros. For sponsoring this video.
And it's like you said, Wes, I think you described it really well. It's how I thought of Liu Kang. I thought of him as the heart of the bloodline in Mortal Kombat. He pumps because he's always there. You know, he's there in the first game and he's there in the last game and he's there now. So he's the heart that pumps the blood and the spirit throughout the movie. And also, what you said is true. Like, I try to put myself into my characters, and then the character after it, you know, leaves me with something as well. So yeah, he's hanging about somewhere, Liu Kang.
I can totally relate to what you guys said about Ludi because he's just like a real life Liu Kang. You know, he's like, so there's something very pure about Ludi. You know,
I gotta tell you guys something really funny. It's like the story that happened the first day I was on set, right? I hadn't met anyone. I just went in for a costume fitting and we had to shoot in the outback, sunrise. And I don't know if you've been in Australia, but everything is chill there except for the animals. They are not afraid of people, especially the flies. So we're shooting in this desert, maybe 10 hours away from the nearest habitation, nearest town, but the flies are there. And they attack. They love juicy orifices like your eyes, your mouth, and everything, right? So we're shooting this scene and there's a close-up. In every single close-up, I've got like 4 flies around my eyes, just sucking up the juices. And I'm trying to be zen and not blink. And I don't like to hurt animals. I'm trying not to swat the flies away, you know?
Literally won't hurt a fly.
And so yeah, Jessica and Josh afterwards came up to me. They're like, "What the hell were you doing?" They were like eating you alive and you weren't moving at all. And the director actually had a hard time finding the right shot for the film because there's flies crawling all over my face and I'm pretending nothing's happening.
You needed a flyless victory.
A flyless victory. That's a good one.
I was gonna say, like, it's really interesting that, you know, like, this is a really international group that, you know, pairing that we have here. You know, Ludi growing up in Canada, but, you know, born in China, and then with Max, you know, you being in Germany. What was it like actually as an Asian in Germany? We talk a lot about at Wong for, like, you know, being Asian American, but we know that there's a very large Asian population in Germany too. So what was that like, and did that feed your pursuit of martial arts as well?
I guess it must have been similar to what you guys have experienced. I mean, I just remember that I was the only Asian kid in school, at least in my class. You know, people were friendly to me, but at times I faced racism, and even recently, you know, on the streets.
Well, I think just we're living in a time where it's important for us to see roles like you guys on screen, just to, you know, we talk a lot about representation, but just to see Asian figures on screen is so important now.
Yeah, we know, Ludi, you've been speaking out a lot lately too. So it's really great that on and off camera, you know, you guys are really being great role models. Thank you for that.
I have a question, since we were talking about costumes, because Kung Lao is one of the characters that has a prop kind of as his fighting style. So I wanted to ask Max, like, what was it like getting used to, you know, the hat? And I read that you practiced with like a cardboard prop that you made yourself, but what was that whole experience like?
The hat has a story of its own, because I think 10 different versions of the hat, and it was pretty heavy, you know, because the one that it's pretty big, and it's uncomfortable to move in, because every time you turn, the hat also turns with it. I mean, I was standing on a set because I had all these movements prepared, and it seemed like none of them would work because of the hat, and it was so heavy. But we figured it out eventually. I don't even know how we did that, to be honest.
It looks super smooth and super slick. There's going to be a whole trend of people wearing hats around, including me.
Ludi got unlucky. He just had to be shirtless the whole time.
I wasn't shirtless the whole time. But the hat is actually something that ties Liu Kang and Kung Lao together. So in the beginning, they didn't have a headband planned for Liu Kang. And I knew I was going to get in trouble with the fans. I was not about to go through that hell.
Yeah.
And then I saw Kung Lao's hat, and Max and I have been discussing their relationship and how Liu Kang comes from a very tragic, traumatic past, right? And so he's got this inner fire and as his arcana. And Max has been in the Shaolin training for years already. He's the descendant of the great Kung Lao. So then the hat actually acts as a sheath to Liu Kang. And when I saw that red band, I was like, okay, that's the perfect thing that can tie things together. Let's have that. So it takes it's almost like pitching for a project when you have an idea like that for an actor to run around, because you got to lay the groundwork and convince people.
Hey, Ludi, I found some of the... thanks Warner Bros. For sponsoring this video.
So you tell the director first, you get his approval, and then next piece, you got to figure out how to actually get the thing.
But there was
And
so much
then-
meaning in it. I thought that was a really nice touch, and the fact that you're telling me that it was your guys' idea, I love that.
Yeah, we try to put a lot of those ideas in, things that people haven't seen before. Like Max choreographed almost every single one of his moves.
Well, yeah, I know, Max, you're part of Jackie Chan's stunt team. Like, I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan, so the fact that you get to work with him regularly, like, that's amazing.
The guy, I mean, Jackie Chan, he's like a living legend. He's done it all the stunts, and inspired so many people. So
We know we have limited time with you guys, but before we go, we wanted to play a little game. You know, Mortal Kombat is known as a very brutal, very violent, fighting game, and now we get to see it on film. We wanted to, kind of combat that.
Yeah,
Haha.
be brutal in a different way.
Yeah, with the exact opposite. We want to have a compliment battle. Max, are you familiar with compliment battles?
I will be. I will be.
Basically, instead of insulting people and hitting people, we're going to be showering them with compliments.
All right.
So we can just do round robin, and we'll see whose life bar goes away first. Who is the best complimenter? But why don't we kick it off with like Ludi? Like you take your first hit at Max right now with a compliment. Hit him with your toughest compliment.
Max, I love your soul, man. I freaking love your soul. Your words, everything you speak comes from your soul. That day when you sat down at the trailer and you looked like you were on cloud nine and you told me you just expressed everything you ever want to say on screen in the movie, I saw your soul reaching up to me. Everything about you comes from your soul. I love it so much. You have a freaking great soul. An awesome soul, dude. Never leave your soul. Never change your soul.
Oh my gosh! Is he still alive? Are you able to counter that?
Ludi, when I saw you taking off that shirt in Mortal Kombat, your body fat percentage was at 0.3. I was almost disappointed that it wasn't 0.2, but
I think we agree. I think we were all very impressed.
Yeah,
We
you
were
speak
very
for all of
impressed.
us.
That's a good counter. Do you have a counter for that, Ludi?
Max, right now, the sparkle in your eyes and everything you see, I just see love beams shooting out from Kung Lao. I think that should be one of Kung Lao's special moves. It's just shooting love beams out of your bright eyes. Innocent eyes. It's so beautiful, dude. Your eyes mesmerize. Your eyes, they're not ocean eyes, but I get lost in them all the time.
I think their life bar is almost down. I think we have to team up
All
against
right,
them.
Ludi, everyone finds you so likable that Scorpion won't be the only one saying "get over here."
Sub-Zero's in the room. I just got goosebumps.
I have one for Max. All right, Max.
all right.
You have the biggest hat.
Let me add to that, and no one looks as sharp
I've heard
in
that
it as you. Oh man.
Oh god.
Ludi, you should change your name to Ludi Win.
God, these are just terrible puns. Ludi, I know oh my Zord, I know you're a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, but I would morph into you if I could.
We're killing them in a different way
I
right
know,
now.
which is great.
Cringe-worthy fatalities.
Okay, I have one last one for Max. Max, ich liebe dich.
You got him.
How was that?
That was great. That was close to perfect.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun connecting with you for the first time, Max.
Yes.
Hopefully we cross paths in the future. Ludi, it's great seeing you again.
Thank
And
you.
you guys rock again, man.
Take care of my hat. Take care of my hat.
I didn't think the compliment battle was gonna get that intense.
That was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
In a different way.
It ended up being cringeworthy, which is our specialty.
Yeah, again, we're so excited for Ludi, Max, and the rest of the cast. It's so great to see more Asian American roles and representation on screen and in such big films like this.
And the whole genre too. you know?
Be sure to watch Mortal Kombat and be sure to leave a comment, or should I say compliment, down below for your favorite Mortal Kombat character so that they can read it and feel the love.
Kill them with kindness.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching, and thanks again to Warner Bros. For sponsoring this video.